Is it? Hello everyone, this is the last day of presentation. I am Dhruvita Dhamelia. Today my topic of presentation is popular culture in cultural study. So I am going to deal with what is culture, what is cultural study and what is popular culture. According to Cambridge Dictionary, the way of life, especially the general custom and belief of particular group of people at a particular time, it is called culture. At one time, one culture, what is believed, that is their own culture. For example, she is studying modern Japanese language and culture. So for the girl, the Japanese language is her culture. This is one of the most ancient culture in the world. According to Britannica, what has been termed the classic definition of culture was provided by the 19th century English anthropologist Edward Burnt Taylor in the first paragraph was primitive culture. Culture is the complex whole which include knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, custom, and any other capability and habits acquired by man as a member of society. Culture is something which is adopted by people or society or some particular class, which is called their own personal culture. Culture, and everyone has a culture, but everyone doesn't have a civilization in the term of cultural study. What is cultural study? In the cultural study is about to reading of the culture of society. It is not to praise society or culture. It is not about praising culture, but it is about to make a critic of culture which is adopted by people. In the book of cultural study, as Patrick Brentiger has pointed out, that cultural study is not a tightly coherent unified movement which is fixed agenda, but a loosely coherent group of tendency, issue, and questions. Arising from the social terminal of 1960, cultural study is a composed of elements of Marxism, post-structuralism, postmodernism, feminism, gender study, anthropology, sociology, race, ethnic study, film theory, urban study, public policy, popular culture study, and post-colonial study. In the cultural study, we can involve every aspect of the society. In cultural study, we involve the social feminism, queer theory, every kind of theory and every concept we can connect with the cultural study. For example, drawing from Ronald Barthes on the nature of literary language and Claude Strauss on the anthropology. Cultural study was influenced by structuralism and post-structuralism. Jacques Derrida's deconstruction of the work distinction, like all his deconstruction of a hierarchy opposition, has urged on an unable culture critic to erase the boundaries between high and low culture and popular literary texts and literature and other cultural discourse that flowing Derrida may be seen as a manifestation of the same textuality. What is popular culture? Who made a culture? We can say popular culture is a culture which is followed by the minority or the class of not elite people but the low, we can say middle class people or the group of the large number of the people. Elite people, as we know that in India elite people are the less number than middle class people. So culture became popular which adopted by the middle class people or the large number of the people. Culture was influenced by mass media, which permits the lives of social society. It has a way of influencing an individual's attitude towards certain topics. It is often viewed as being unimportant in order to find a consensual acceptance throughout the mainstream. As a result, it comes under heavy criticism from various religious and counterculture groups who believe it superficial, consume, and censoristic and corrupt. Definition of popular culture. In the article of Jamila Muhammad, the term popular culture, according to Oliver, can be referred as those things that we all share in a common through the mass media expose, especially the internet and the television. The mass media or the television or internet through spread anything such we can call it a culture, popular culture. According to Bruman, popular culture involves the aspect of social life most actively involved in by the public as a culture of the people. We can say popular, according to him, popular culture is a culture which accept the many people and many people are involved in this. The cultural study is in this interdisciplinary field of study that involves understanding of culture through artistic and textual product like music, film, or book. It also involves critical theory in India. It concerned with the role of social organization in the shaping of a future. Cultural study is combined study in different departments such as anthropology, sociology, art, criticism, historiography, literary criticism and philosophy. How popular culture determined the who decide the culture should be popular or not. The in one regard, culture as a way of defining oneself. It therefore needs to attract people's interest and pursue them to invest a part of themselves in culture. If one want to make their culture popular, they need power. And in recent time, we know that in from history to recent time, power is always in the hand of elite people. So elite people who made a culture, but for the made to spread their culture, they have to listen middle class people or lower class people, because they are in large number than elite people. Today popular culture is something established by its user. Commercial products such as music are considered popular even when the audience is a teen. In a comparison to such a pop icons as a Britney Spears and Michael Jackson. The presence of social media means consumer can speak directly to producer and our products themselves, turning the concept of popular culture on its head. It is what a lot of people like. We can say popular culture in today's time. Social media can decide the what is popular or not, because in today's time we know that mass media is everything. Everything we can came to know about social media. So whatever is trending in recent time, this is became the culture of present time. Mass media. According to Ashish Busnet, an over optimistic or depoliticized view of the consumption of media forms under the capitalist conditions. Mass media. What is the mass media and how it is work? First, it according to Jane Liu, first it must reach many people, and second it requires the use of some technological device located between source and destination. Mass media is something which is connected with technology and located between source and destination. According we know that from the history there is always a culture is from the history, but now the culture is spreading. In history we know that there is in a time of pre-agriculture there is a no internet or no mass media. They are spreading their culture through spoken mouth to mouth. They is sharing their culture in a, after this some time there is a agriculture society. They have a book, but became the expensive, and book literature which is not afforded by everybody. Literature became the only tool to afford on literature written for the elite people or for entertainment of them, but not for middle class people. But in recent time we through mass media we get everything whatever elite people can get. We also have this thing. Types of mass media. In today's time, there is a print media, broadcast media, outdoor and transit media, digital media. In print media, we involve the newspaper, magazine, book, and novels, comic, journal, and publication. In broadcast media, films, television, and radio are involved. Outdoor media like billboard, boarding, poster, and banners. In digital media, social media, video platform, websites, mobile app, e-books, broadcast, and online radios. In popular culture have four main types: production analysis, textual analysis, audience analysis, and historical analysis. In production analysis, who owns the media, who create the text, and why they are created, this kind of question are in production analysis. Textual analysis is about examine how specific work of popular culture create or what is the meaning of it. Audience analysis, in which they get the what is the reaction of the audience after the reading this, how it is affect to the people. In historical analysis, history is changing or repeating or what. In this historical analysis, this thing is in concern. A picture is a worth of thousand. In this picture there is a lot like mass media through they are getting everything in this one picture. According to Matthew Arnold, a cultural theorist in Britain, argued that Matthew Arnold is a there is a two way of looking at culture. Matthew Arnold have a negative aspect towards the culture. According to him, whatever happened in history, it is the right way of happening. He is pessimistic about the idea of culture or mass media. He is not following the idea of culture or promoting the idea. Popular culture in contemporary time, India present us with exclusive sites in terms of dynamic of popular culture. Indian society is a mix and multilingual in the smart makes difficult every aspect of daily life and culture. According to Dharwadkar, has stated that India has a 125 major language which belong to four different language families. As we know that India have a many languages and these many languages that means they have many cultures also. But in contemporary time through social media or mass media, we came to know about the every culture of the every language or every society or every family or religion. In Indian context, now the entire scenario has changed widely, and in change in focus came about the cultural analysis. Due importance has now been given to the culture of everyday life, to the large number of people. The artifacts which were designed to hold inferior position now gain the significance in realm of cultural study. Who are the in inferior space, now they are became more powerful. Now we can say culture was made popular by the people who belong to middle class or local people, or we can say not elite people. As we know that in today's time, cricket and cinema is both the very famous culture. Everyone from the any caste or any class, they can afford it or be part of it. In Indian cinema also we can see the popular culture. I only put a five movie in first Pink movie. There we see the feminism idea or the idea of woman empowerment in the movie like Shubh Mangal Jada Sang, in which queer theory, Mary Kom, the idea in a in short in cinema we get every kind of information or culture in this chart. It's showing the how many people using social media and social media platform and the media and the user of conclusion. There are many different definition of culture, but culture has a defined by the person. It not a perfect definition because it changed by the culture or by the society who is following or who is containing. So these are my citation. Thank you.
Can you give an example of a popular culture through contemporary media?
In I have idea about one movie. In recent time, we have a movie Pushpa, which is not that much. I not about elite people, but still it became famous because it's liked by the people, middle class people, because it is large number of the people, or they can relate with the Pushpa or kind of idea they like in this movie. Another movie KGF also. They promote this kind of idea, but elite people have to has to follow it because the number middle class are a large number than elite people.
Uh, how can popular culture be involved in social life, according to you?
Social life became popular culture. Whatever our life, it is became culture, and if a large number of people follow it, then it became popular. So our social life is a popular culture.